Okay, Priya, let us start. There are some situational questions which you will read and react, and you will come to the best answer. Situational judgment is required for any workplace. So the questions are there and the answer also given. So first you will read the passage. You will know what is or what are situational questions. Situational judgment test assesses how you approach a situation, how you solve a problem, how you encountered in the workplace, the situations which will come across in your workplace. They are built around hypothetical scenario to which you would be expected to react accordingly. And this is happening all the time, and people are supposed to behave or react in a proper way. Based on how your answer is, will be verified how aligned you are with values and behavior of a particular company, how well you know the company, and how well a responsible employee you are. So while situation judgment tests vary in form, they are very kinds. Usually you will be presented with a number of descriptions to which you are obliged to provide an appropriate response from a multiple choice list. So try to be as sensible as you can and use the full capacity of your emotional intelligence. Here it is important that every company will have different values and value different competencies which they will be specifically looking to test. So the good news is that in some of the industries, employers are relying on relatively stable competencies that have been sought after for years. Communication skills, commercial awareness, building relationship, and team working are just a few of them. So with the 5 situational judgment questions and answer, you will be able to understand. So try to do each one under timed conditions without looking at the answers. Once you have completed each one, look at the answers to assess your performance and see how you can improve moving forward. If you'd like more situational judgment practice, you can access on situational judgment test with online test, which is also available. So this is the first test. Read the passage and answer the questions. Read the passage and select how you would most likely and least likely to respond. Read it first.
Yes, ma'am. You are on a placement working alongside a team of specialists in order to give you the opportunity to learn more about the technical sides of the manufacturing business where you are working. Your mentor has asked you to find a way of sharing this technical information more widely with other people in the business who have failed to get to grips with it. It is a fast moving industry, and staying on top of the latest technology can prove to be a real challenge. You need to think about how to approach this, taking account of the fact that there are many sites around the country plus and technical team have a reputations for not communicating very well and remaining detached from the wider business. This often results in other departments not knowing where to turn for more information. Which approach would you take?
So did you understand the passage?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So which answer would you choose? And who else is there in the room?
Ma'am Utsav Raja.
So we are reading some situational questions. So read the options and which best apply to the problem given. So there's the problem is that there is lack of coordination in each department. They do not know what is happening in the other department. They are remaining detached. It means they do not know what is happening in the wider business. And this often results in other departments not knowing where to turn for more information. So the other departments are at a loss. They do not know whom to ask, where to go, because there is completely communication gap. So now for this kind of situation, which approach would you take?
Ma'am, second one.
इसमें क्रिया है ना कि मोस्ट लाइकली एंड लीस्ट लाइकली, सबसे अधिक, सबसे बेस्ट आंसर क्या है, सबसे खराब आंसर क्या है? You would least likely to take this answer, and you would most likely take this to take this answer. Second, did you read the 4? So you have chosen the second one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Utsav Raja, you?
Ma'am, he left the class.
We left the class. So why do you think the second is more important?
Ma'am, because through this, all the department and the members get better technical training regarding, I think, all of this.
And they will be aware of the ongoings of the in the organization, because the problem here is that there is lack of coordination and people do not understand what is happening.
Yes, ma'am.
So technically they are quite at sea. They do not know. They need to have some technical training. So your answer is number 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect competition क्या होता
पढ़ो इसका क्या है? Read the solution.
This approach offers a number of advantages, including the fact that people choose a date that suits them. It will ensure that all departments are considered, and it also raises the issues with new starters. However, it fails to help the technical team improve their communications with the wider business.
marginal level.
देखते हैं मोस्ट लाइकली का क्या है. मोस्ट लाइकली नंबर 4.
This approach not only gets information out to those who need it, but it also encourages the technical team to build better relationships and communicate more effectively with other parts of the business. These profiles will be uh, uh, raised and will not be reliant upon you to disseminate information on their behalf. Having departmental representative will ensure that the information is shared right across the business.
So this is the most likely. Mean this, if you had chosen number 4, then your answer would have been right.
Supply करो.
तुमने पढ़ा नहीं था ना?
Yes, ma'am. Last one नहीं पढ़े थे.
हाँ इसीलिए कह रहे हैं ना, पढ़ लेना चाहिए था. Suggests that a new technology forum group is created that meets regularly. So this is one line that clicks, no? Create a group that meets regularly. Offer to chair it and invite representatives from all departments across the business, along with key experts from the technical team. Okay, so there will be key experts from the technical team to give the training, and the remit of the group will be continually disseminate will be to continually disseminate information more widely across the business. So probably this is the right answer, no? The problem with this, no, you have to read the 4 answers and then click. So this was 4 was most the right answer. Okay, read this. Who else is in the classroom?
Ashutosh.
Okay, Ashutosh. We are doing situational tests. Okay. Read it carefully first. Read the text first. Read the passage and select how you would most likely and least likely to respond. अच्छा इसमें least likely to respond भी है. सबसे अधिक क्या है और जो तुम कभी नहीं करोगे. So there has to be 2 answers. Most likely and least likely. Yeah, read it. Read loudly.
You have been leading an important and highly visible project within your business. It has been a challenging project with some difficult obstacles to overcome, but you and your team have successfully managed to work around and overcome all the issues that have arisen. It is clear that the project will now be delivered on time and within budget. However, your manager had just informed you that a regional meeting has been brought forward by one day, and this would be a great opportunity to share the project outcomes with some key people from across the business. The team have been the team have been really stressed and under a lot of pressure already, and you are proud of what they have managed to achieve thus so far as the circumstances have been very challenging. What do you do?
Yes, what would you do? So these are the 4 options: least likely and most likely. कोई काम जो तुम कभी नहीं करोगे और जो तुम
Yes, sir.
most likely करोगे.
So, ma'am, I have to select in this. In
Yeah,
one, I
first
have
you read the 4 options: least likely and most likely.
ma'am, first one. Explain to your manager that the project has had quite an impact on the team already, and to put extra pressure on team at this stage may have a quite a detrimental effects. Say that you could provide an interim update at the regional meeting, but the full results will not be ready at that stage. Second one, tell your manager that you will ask the team to pull out all the stocks to ensure the project is delivered and one day early so that the results will be ready in time for the regional meeting. Explain that they have been under a lot of pressure already, but you will do your best to support them as required in this final stage. Third one, tell your manager that you will do everything within your capabilities to try and get the project delivered a day early, but warn them that the team have already have been working really hard and that you can't guarantee delivery one day early. Number four, point out to your manager that the project plan is already very tight and the team are under pressure. Explain that in your order to deliver it any earlier, you will need extra resources. If you are able to get access to another person, then the project can be delivered a day earlier.
Okay, which is one thing which you will never do.
Ma'am, third one.
Ma'am, third one.
Third one I will never do.
Imagine that you will do everything within your capabilities. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Third, okay. And most likely,
Fourth
Ma'am,
one.
second one. Ma'am, second one.
second.
Fourth one.
According
Okay. Priya says the fourth one. Yeah. And you are saying the second one. Let's
yes,
check.
ma'am.
Okay. First, no answer. Most likely second one. Priya, you are wrong here.
शॉर्ट रन से
पढ़ो
And the
उसको.
right answer.
इसका
And the right
एनालिसिस
answer.
पढ़ो.
नेचर क्या होगा शॉर्ट
Still, ma'am, second one.
Yes. Second is the right answer. You are going to do this, no? So, yeah.
Most likely, this shows your manager that you are up for challenges and that you have recognized that your team may need some extra support, but you are confident that you are, can provide it. Employers are looking for graduates with drive and
कौन सा कंडीशन
resilience. This responses shows this.
Okay. Priya, this is number 4, least likely. It means if you do this, this is what is called like सबसे
Ma'am, what's
least
this?
likely हम ये काम नहीं करेंगे. क्यों नहीं करेंगे? आप इसको पढ़िए.
स्टेजेस ऑफ प्रोडक्शन क्या है
Businesses are looking for graduates that display derives, determinations, and
Resilience.
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 This response fails to demonstrate that you are up for the challenge or that you are capable of motivating your team to put in the extra efforts to deliver a day earlier. It assumes that extra resources is available, and in reality, businesses are often stretched with little scope to find extra resources easily.
It is difficult to find extra resource.
Yes, ma'am.
तो extra resource तो एक दिन में कहाँ से लाओगे? नहीं ना ला पाओगे. So you okay. And never mind. You will learn gradually. Okay. So the score is. फिर तुम्हारा score क्या है? 0 ना? Second, 1 and 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I read the passage.
Ma'am, मेरा स्कोर क्या है?
तुम्हारा 1 है because you joined late.
May I read the passage, ma'am?
Hmm.
You have been managing a small team of customer agents who deal with the day-to-day incoming calls at the bank where you work. You are really pleased with the work your team have been delivering over the 6 months you have been managing them, and feel that the new processes you have put in place have reduced call times and led to improvement in customer satisfaction rating. However, at a recent supervisor meeting, you were told by your manager that incoming customers agents were now going to be responsible for cross-selling products and services as well as handling queries from customers. This is part of a wider initiative to boost the sales of key products and services that have been very successful of late. You believe that this will have a negative impact on the key performance indicators of your team are measured against, and have concern that the team will respond negatively to being asked to try and cross-sell, as this is not what they were originally recruited to do. How would you deal with the situation?
You understand the text?
Yes, ma'am.
Now read the 4 options quietly. Take your time and read it, and then most likely and least likely. Such exercises will enhance your analytical skills. You will learn to analyze the pros and cons of something.
चीज रिशु आया कुछ रिशु रिशु are you there? Jyoti. Oh, Jyoti. क्या पढ़ाई किया है मुझे प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन मैं बताया था ना प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन ऑफ एक्शन किन फैक्टर्स पे
Yes, Priya, finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First, tell me the least likely.
I think second one is the least.
Second least likely. Right? Go back to your team and explain the new initiative to them, highlighting your concerns about what impact the changes may have and ask them to think of ways to avoid them happening. Okay. And most likely?
Third one is the most likely.
First.
No, ma'am, third one.
Third. Wait until after the meeting, and then ask your manager for a separate meeting to discuss your concern about the changes and the impact they might have on your team. That way you can get their opinion before developing a plan for implementing. Okay. All right, Ashutosh, what is yours?
मुझे बताओ किसके बीच का रिलेशन कौन दो फैक्टर के बीच का रिलेशन
Hello, are you there?
May I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes. What is your answer? Most likely and least likely.
किसके के बढ़ने से ठीक है प्राइस और क्वांटिटी के बीच में रिलेशनशिप
With Priya, it is most likely 2, least likely 3, right? No.
No, ma'am. Third one is the most likely and second.
Okay, I messed it all up. Third is most likely and second is least likely. Okay, will you go with the same answer?
Elasticity of demand.
क्या हुआ?
मैम
यार जोर से बोलो, तुम्हारा आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
हाँ बोलो.
मैम
Will you go with 2 and 3?
मैम second one is less likely.
क्या है?
Second, least likely.
Net national.
Hello.
Likely.
MMP.
Ashutosh, speak loudly.
Is he trying to say something?
Ma'am, first one is most likely.
Third is most likely and second is least likely, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, population.
So your answers are the same. Both of you are wrong. Now read what you suggested.
Right, I said first one is most likely.
Why fourth is most likely? You spend time thinking about how the change will impact, and the team would adapt your current plans and processes to reduce the likely negative implications. Read the analysis, most likely.
This response suggests that you are comfortable with change. This list, we do not always agree with changes in our workplace. We often have to find ways to work with the changes and to consider their implications on the wider business, not just the impact they may have on us or our immediate team.
All right, let us go back to read number 3, which you thought this is the right, maybe the right answer. Now, what is the explanation? Please read.
As the team supervisor, you have been given responsibility for rolling out the changes. Your manager called the meeting originally to tell you this and has now passed on the responsibility of rolling them out to you. By going to them with concern, it suggests you are unable to successfully adapt to changing circumstances.
ठीक है आप फिर से पढ़िएगा who moved my shoes. Why
Yes, ma'am.
adapt to changes. And number 2, please read this again. Read the analysis. It will give you an idea.
It seems you are
It seems
supporting
you
the
are
new.
supporting the new initiative, but you are doing so in a manner that immediately makes the team think about the negative implications. As a graduate, you are expected to be able to respond to changing circumstances and to adapt your plans and approaches in a way that will make them effective. Your role as supervisor is to ensure that the team can initiate the changes successfully.
Hmm. So you opted for this. You go back to your team and explain the new initiative to them, highlighting your concern about what impact the changes may have. अपना ही concern highlight कर दीजिएगा. तो आप अपना ही negativities को highlight कर रहे हैं ना. The changes may have and ask them to think ways to avoid them. You उसी पर छोड़ दे रहे हैं. अब तुम कैसे उसको avoid करोगे? So this is not the right answer. No score for both of you. Now read this.
At at a recent departmental meeting, one of your more senior colleague appeared to be acting intentionally upward towards you. Whenever you
इसका
make
मतलब समझे आप कि somebody who is intentionally trying to make you feel uncomfortable.
whenever you make suggestions relating to the topic area being discussed, they interrupt you and come up with reason why your suggestion is not workable. You have known this person since you joined the business 6 months ago and you have always got on well. They have been with the company for over 2 years and seems to be well respected by most people. You have heard rumors that they are having personal issues at the moment. You are only 1 hour into an all-day meeting. What would you do?
सिचुएशन ऐसे तो हमेशा आते ही न्यूकमर्स के साथ. आप क्या करेंगे?
लाफिंग गैस का केमिकल फॉर्मूला बता दें. पाँच मिनट में कुछ पढ़ाई किया है.
Now read it very carefully.
बाल बड़े बड़े हो रखे हैं ना, बाल कटवा 0 नंबर. ठीक है, तो जल्दी हो जाए. ठीक है, मुझे बताओ ये डिमांड फंक्शन बता रहा है कि तुम क्या करो लाइन में पीछे भी लोग खड़े हुए हैं। क्या पढ़ा ये लोग?
Such questions are also given in interviews. They will give you a situation and they will ask you what is your reaction.
सुमन, मुझे बताओ लॉ ऑफ डिमांड क्या होता है? क्या? Price elasticity of supply to facility. टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या सकता है?
Ma'am, in most likely, I'm confused between 3 and 4.
No, choose one. Stick to one.
केवल मुस्कुराएगा कुछ जवाब देगा। किसको विकसित करें? हमको सुमन के दिमाग को विकसित करें।
Ma'am, fourth one is the most likely and second one is the least likely.
Okay. And what is your answer?
नहीं।
Second least likely and fourth is most likely. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Physical classes में
चलिए तुम्हारा क्या आंसर है? Hello, are you there?
चलो
Hello. Ashutosh, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, what is your answer?
खुद ही मान रहे हैं। क्यों नहीं है? सुमन,
Ashutosh, what is your answer?
क्या पढ़ाई?
Have you even read it?
Ma'am, second one is ma'am most likely and third one is least likely.
Second is most likely and third is, okay, let's check.
Marginal.
First was least likely and fourth is most
Ma'am, I'm right.
likely. Priya, yes. चलो चलो एक स्कोर तुमको मिला, अच्छा हुआ। Okay, first read most likely. I will read your answers one by one. Yeah, इसको पढ़ो. Why this is the most likely?
This approach ensured that the problem is addressed before it becomes any worse, as there may be a genuine reason why they are obstructing your suggestions. It shows that you are willing to listen to and learn from other people. It also does so in a non-public forum, so that you can both share your views freely.
And what was it? Number 2.
Yes, ma'am. Number 2
Okay.
is the least.
उसको तुम पढ़ लो, तुम least likely तुम पढ़ो, so read this.
There may be a reason why this person is acting as they are, and it could even be as a result of something that you have done. Not doing anything about it may prolong the issue even more.
कुछ नहीं करने से इश्यू और बढ़ता चला जाएगा। और least likely क्या है? Number 1 is least likely. Nobody chose least likely, no?
Yes, ma'am.
कौन सा organization?
और
Ma'am,
आशुतोष,
Ashutosh number one is the most likely.
oh my god, आशुतोष, which was number one as the most likely?
ऐसा word सुना है?
Ma'am,
पढ़ो तुम क्या लिखा है.
this
Totally, absolutely wrong.
this response could make the problem worse on a number
my
of
God.
levels. Firstly, you have Firstly, you have flagged the issue to people who don't really need to be involved. Secondly, you are bringing up someone else's personal issues that are number of concern to your other colleagues, regardless of how well you get on with them.
क्या करोगे तुम, सबको इन्वॉल्व कर लोगे, जिसको मतलब भी है उसको भी, जिसको नहीं भी. अब वेट अंटिल द नेक्स्ट कॉफी ब्रेक and ask the colleagues you are closer to whether they have noticed. ये तुम gossip बना के वहाँ पे you will enter a gossip chain वहाँ से, जिसको नहीं भी मालूम उसको भी मालूम हो जाएगा. ग्रेप वाइन ना. और फिर तुम सबसे पूछोगे कि तुम और किसी ने देखा था कि नहीं, और किसी ने. दिस इज द लीस्ट लाइकली. एक बार पढ़ लेते उसको, राइट. चलो, तुम्हारा मोस्ट लाइकली क्या था? नंबर 3.
यस मैम, प्रिया का था वो.
तुम्हारा क्या
No,
था?
ma'am.
पहले बताओ.
Most likely is
मेरा
my
ही था.
number 4.
तुम्हारा ही था, तुम पढ़ो उसको. why have you
This
chosen as
res-
most?
this response does tackle the potential problem head on, but it does so in a public forum by bringing this up in front.
पब्लिक फोरम पे सब कुछ ले आओगे.
By bringing this up in front of the rest of the group, you will not only derail the meeting, but will unlikely come to an agreement which list the rest of the group looks on.
वाइल्स्ट तुम सबके सामने ये तुम डिस्कस कर रहे हो, बाकी लोग सिर्फ तुम्हारा मुंह देख रहे हैं कि कर क्या रहा है ये.
तो मैम सबके सामने ही ना डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, तो वो लोग देख क्या रहा है.
क्यों? जिसको मतलब ही नहीं है. अगर एक बंदे ने कहा है तो मुझसे बात करोगे ना, कि पब्लिक फोरम में ले ले आओगे उसको. चलिए, क्वेश्चन 5. दिस इज लास्ट क्वेश्चन. पढ़ लो.
You recently joined an information technology consulting company as a graduate within the busy sales function. The company has not been performing as well as many of its competitors recently and is losing customers fairly frequently. It is very competitive and fast moving market. Within your role, you are responsible for your own target, but have also been asked to take part in a project to review way to increase sales and reduce cost within the department. The project lead has suggested a series of next steps for the project and has asked which is preferable. The budget and resources available at this stage in the project are somewhat limited. Therefore, the first stage needs to have as big an impact as possible. Which of the following approaches would you agree with?
Now, the trouble with you, Ashutosh, is that you're not reading it. You concentrate on the options. I'm telling you, these questions will be asked in your interviews also.
Ma'am, I am focusing.
Focus going wrong, huh? इस बार concentrate करो. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Give me the least likely.
I think number one is the least likely.
Okay. Interview key members of staff within the team to gather their opinion on what changes need to happen in order to achieve the target set out for the project. Okay. This is you, according to you, this is least likely that you will do. And most likely,
Yes,
what will you do?
ma'am. Ma'am, I'm confused between number 3 and 4.
Confused between the 3 and 4, giving you the butterflies in the stomach.
मैम बोले मैम
हाँ बोलो.
मैम number 3 is the least one and number 4 one is most likely.
Okay. Then both of you are hitting at number 4, which is most likely. And according
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Priya, number 1 is the least likely. And according to you, number 3 is the least likely,
No,
right?
ma'am, number 1 is not the least likely.
Then?
Ma'am, I think
You have just told na number 1 is least likely.
Yeah.
no, number 1, no, ma'am, number 1 is not the least likely. No, वो तो उतना ही है.
फिर से
Ma'am,
सोच
I
लो.
think
कोई बात नहीं, सोच लो फिर से.
ma'am, number 3. Number 3 is the least likely.
Okay, both of you are going with number 3, the least likely,
Yes,
and number 4, most likely.
ये तो मैम उल्टा हो गया.
What are you guys doing? Oh my God. पढ़ो तुम पहले least likely पहले most likely पढ़ो. कि why this answer is the best. Initiate a competitor review, taking account of both established and new competitors to consider how their offering compares to yours and what can be learned from that. This is the good answer. Like initiate a competitor review, what other company is doing, what your competitors are doing. So this is naturally this is the right answer. पढ़ो पहले इसको पढ़ो एनालिसिस पढ़ो उसका. Read
It is
aloud.
clear from the scenario that the competitors are winning business from you and are therefore providing customers with something superior to your current offering. Only by understanding this first, you can you start to address changes within the department. Graduates are exposed to have good knowledge of the wider industry and market within which they operate, and are also required to keep up to date on what the competitions is doing.
तो सबसे ज्यादा इसको तुम लोग बोले कि least likely करेंगे, which is the most likely that you should have hit for. Okay. Least likely. पढ़ो इसको भी. Initiate a thorough review of existing process practices within the department. Within the department का काम ही क्या है? बाहर पहले देखोगे तब तक competitors क्या कर रहे हैं? What will the other departments help you? It is nothing that you can quickly you search within the company and come to a decision. No, you have to search outside. No, read number 4 and why it is least likely.
This approach takes no account of what is happening within the wider marketplace.
Exactly.
And how your business is operating in relations to the competition. It may create a few short-term cost saving, but fails to consider the longer-term implications of what the business need to do to get ahead of the competition.
So this answer is totally wrong. You know, such questions are always asked in most of the interviews. They will give you a situation and they will be recording your answers. This is also called the problem solving and analytical skills. How you analyze, how you look at a problem, how can you be instrumental in the company? With any wrong decision, like you saw, wrong decisions always considered to be non-appreciated. And if you take a good decision, then you score high. So I guess that's it for today. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Analyzing is something which like there was a question asked in an exam, in an interview. Like there was one man was driving a car. Take the situation. A man was driving a car, and then he stops by and he sees a friend waiting for the bus. He sees a friend and he sees a beautiful girl and he sees an old sick man. And if he was supposed to help just one person, whom would he select? A friend, a sick person, or a beautiful girl who was waiting for the bus? What is your answer, Priya?
Ma'am, for me, sick one because he need more help than others.
Okay, Ashutosh, what is your answer? Ashutosh, what is your answer? Are you there, Ashutosh?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be helping the friend, or will you be helping the woman, that beautiful woman, or will you be helping that old man?
Ma'am, old man.
तुम दोनों का आंसर यहाँ पर सही है ना? सेम है, राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
Most likely, least likely करें. यहाँ भी करते हैं most likely, least likely. Most likely you will be helping that old woman, right? Old man, right? And least likely?
Ma'am, from my point of view, that beautiful woman.
And what about Ashutosh, you?
Same answer, ma'am.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah, the answer is you got a liar that you are. You will not leave a friend just high and dry. And if there's a beautiful woman, naturally, opposite
मैम फ्रेंड तो हमेशा मेरे साथ ही रहेगा, बाकी उन दोनों लोग का तो
मैम ये गलत बोल रहा है.
गलत. So आप जो आंसर आप लोगों ने किया ना, वैसे लोग सेलेक्ट नहीं हुए थे. पता है किसकी सिलेक्शन हुई थी इसमें? You will be surprised. You will be really surprised with the answer. He says that I will be asking my friend to drive the car, and I will be asking that my friend to take the old man to a hospital, and he will be taking an Ola or whatever, a cab, and he will be helping out that beautiful woman. So this logical answer got him his job.
I'm a girl, then how can I go through this situation?
हाँ, उसी को जॉब मिला था. वो तीनों का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया ना. He told the friend to take the old man to the hospital, and then he gave his car to him, and then he asked to help the girl. He called for the cab, and he went with that beautiful woman. The person who gave out this answer got the job. Simple logic, right? This is called reasoning. Right? So he did not leave his friend. He handed over the car keys. He did not leave the old man also, that sick old man. He arranged for him to go have himself checked in a hospital or a clinic. And he did not even leave that girl who really wanted, who may be wanting to for some help. So he did justice to the three. So the person who gave this answer got the job. Reasoning, my dear, reasoning is very important. How you logically you analyze the situation and give your answers.